and it will turn on your PC, right? And you can turn it off and it shuts off your PC. Isn't that cool? And you could do this anywhere in the world. Hey guys, today I stumbled upon one of the old tech, I suppose. I purchased a while back. So what this device does is that it actually does an infrared remote into a little device. So what this device does is that it plugs into your USB header, and in return you plug this into your reset and power button, and then you daisy chain off from your actual physical power switches, I suppose. I haven't used this device for a while, but today's video is not really about this particular device. What I'm going to do today is actually to use this particular device. This is a Wi-Fi USB powered smart switch. So what's so special with this one is the fact that I can use a breadboard connector or any sort of wire that you could actually just kind of, able to mount it in here, and you could connect this device onto your home Wi-Fi, and you can remote control on and off your PC from anywhere in the world. So you could turn it off as needed, you could turn it on as needed, you could force turn off if you really have to. I found this could be quite unique, especially for somebody on the road that need to access their home computer quite often. You don't have to set up any crazy software or anything like that. It's literally a physical device that goes through your Wi-Fi. Obviously, if your home Wi-Fi is down, then you're not gonna connect to anything. So, but before I start, I do have to note that this particular device only works with Wi-Fi 2.0, if you see this correctly. So it needs to run on 2.4 gigahertz. So if you're in a very crowded 2.4 gigahertz environment, like say for example a condo or school dorm, that if this bed is very populated, you might see that this device not work as well as somewhere else. That's just one note I have to put out there. So this device is actually pretty simple. To power it on, you just need to grab a micro USB to the normal USB, what do we call it, or USB-A, USB-C, USB-D, USB whatever. Honestly, very simple. Normal USB, micro USB. The micro USB is what do you call it? An older connector that you used on your phones back in the day. Right now, everything's USB-C. This is USB micro. And what you need to do is just plug into any sort of USB power. Could be your power brick. This could be a USB adapter. You could use it on top of your motherboard. I would highly suggest actually power this dedicated using external USB power brick, just because some motherboards might not play well with giving it power, especially when the computer either goes to sleep or shuts off. So I would suggest you use the external power brick for this particular setup. So very simple. You just need to kind of plug it in. The lights are shiny. If I get close to it, when it's flashing like this, is actually looking for you to sync with your device. I'm not gonna do that right now. So what I'm gonna do is show you how exactly you hook this up onto your PC. So first thing first is that you have to find out where exactly you want to plug in your connectors. So in the middle is your common. So basically that's where all the signal kind of ends up down onto it. When we kind of call it the ground or common. And the other two connections, one of it is actually not used in our scenario. The other one is called NO. And I'm not exactly sure what NO stands for in this case. But what I do know is that when I set a multimeter in this particular 2 points, and I activate the signal, it basically relays on and off that give you the, the physical aspect of on and off switch. So that's pretty good. It's very simple actually to get it started. You just have to take one of the precision screwdriver you have, which in this case I don't have the LTT precision screwdriver, which I kind of really want to buy a set, but in my case it's not very feasible. That was unfortunate. So one thing to note is that this screwdriver, for mine anyways, it needs to be the tip needs to be just a tack longer, especially the inner PCB or anything like that. It's very, very, I would say, flimsy. It's not mounted very well inside of the box. So you could open this up if you really want to, but this is not part of this video per se, but I just wanted to kind of tell you that this is not very, stable, but it's okay. It works. So another thing to note on this particular device is that you can buy it from Amazon, you can buy it from AliExpress. They come in variety different of price points, and the best price point anyways is going to be getting from AliExpress, and they have tons of version of this stuff, and they all pretty much works exactly the same way. So I don't know anybody have previously made similar video like this, so I'm just kind of making this as I go along. I just found this to be a very interesting device to make because I do actually travel quite a bit back in the days, and it does allow me to remote control my computer. I just started my YouTube channel. I just don't know if anybody found this useful or not, so I'll make this for you guys. And so once it's in there, in this case it's not in there that well, so I'm struggling a little bit. I think you might need to get a better or deeper screwdriver for this. As long as these guys doesn't pop out, you're not going to be moving this quite often, so really you don't need to like really secure it that crazy. You just have to somewhat make sure it's secure, so it's making a good contact point. So one thing is to make sure this pins actually sit inside of the connector before you actually tighten it up. So it's very deep inside, and then once you have done this, take it aside. I'm gonna bring out my little test rig. So on this particular test rig, let me orient it this way. So this is where you're supposed to plug into your power switch on the bottom here. Usually it looks like this. Now, when you already made that particular device, in this case, I'm just gonna kind of set it right here, right? You just need to press in. Doesn't matter which one goes to which. So make sure the device is actually making a good connection with your device. Before you actually plug in the power, there's one more preparation you need to do. It's actually download the app called EWeLink. So let me bring this out for you guys. All right, let me share my screen here. Let me just move it over so you guys can see. This is going to be the app that you're going to be end up downloading. Oh jeez. Let me finish this setup. It will look like this, right? And you have to agree. You have to register an account. So I'm going to be actually registering an account right now. I'm going to pause the video. And once I register it, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I have already added onto my phone. You could probably see it down in the corner of the screen or the big screen right here somewhere. So now when you're ready, you are just gonna need to plug in the power, and this will engage a Bluetooth or Wi-Fi feature, and you just need to add onto one of these. Add to device. I'm going to be entering my Wi-Fi password here, so I'll be right back. So once you enter your Wi-Fi password, you are going to show up with this screen and tell you to connect it to the device. So what you do is you click this and that. It's going to take a little bit for it to add. Once it's ready, just keep pressing next. You can rename this. You could say PC and done, and next, and done. And once you have connected this, you could test it out by listening to the click. So when I press this, you guys should hear the little click. And then but it stays on, right? It turns off. So we do need to modify a couple things for it to act like a little switch. So inside this app, there's called a setting called inching settings. You need to enable this and make it about 1 second or 1.5 seconds, which is all fine. The status will be auto off, so normally when you're not pressing this button, it will turn off. So once you have set up the inching settings, you press this button, it will do like a little switch. Now once you have set up this particular portion of it, and I've already tested this as working, I'm going to plug in my power to my PC. So my PC now is powered. I'm not plugging into any sort of other devices. Well, my phone screen just slipped. Okay, so once you have everything all plugged in, you just go press on, and it will turn on your PC, right? And you can turn it off, and it shuts off your PC. Isn't that cool? And you could do this anywhere in the world, as long as your phone's connected to the internet and this particular white device is connected to the internet. Now, I hope you guys have fun watching this particular video. If you want me to go in more detail about setting this up into a PC, I will be actually doing a build later on in the month of a different sort of setup, a full PC build, and also include this little switch device inside that PC. And I hope you guys will stay tuned, subscribe for the channel. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you really want me to cover something else in detail, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you next time.